I'm wearing orange sweatpants that I bought when we were in Pigeon Forge for our team retreat.
I'm also scared to put my feet on these stools because the very first time that I sat on one of these stools when LeBron got them brand new, I broke it, and that wasn't fun.
She told herself I was never going to say those things.
Watch it break in the middle of the episode, and then there's proof to the whole world.
That's great content that we have to keep.
Not at my expense. I like doing all the things that's embarrassing for you, not for me.
You see what she had? You see what how she does me?
Because you don't care.
I do care. I got feelings too. Do you have to always say our last name?
My name sounds weird when you don't have the last name with it.
If people assume my last name is supposed to be James. I've had literal checks written to LeBron James that I could not cash because
I didn't know that.
It wasn't my name. What if some of our episodes we started off by just us doing this before the intro? We say what we're going to say, and then the intro comes. Hey, everybody. My name is LeBron Arnwine.
And I'm Jessica Hitte.
And welcome back to another episode of The Journey. So these last several episodes that you have watched and seen, it has been primarily from one body of work, from one project that we did back 8 years ago called You Never Give Up. It was a 10-song project that Jessica wrote and sang and released, and we did it. And at the end of that project, when it was getting ready to be, I think it was already out. Was it out yet?
It was.
It was already out. We had this crazy, wonderful idea to do a live concert album release thing, where we invite all our family and friends to come hear in person live the songs that we written, produced, arranged, and it was just a wonderful time. And in that season, we learned a lot of things about ourselves. We learned a lot of things about what we're capable of. We learned how much things cost.
Oof. I think the release concert was 2016. Might have been like 2 weeks after the album came out, or a week or something like that. And this was when people were buying physical albums.
CDs.
So I have in my basement now probably a solid
Jessica
150 to 200 CDs of You Never Give Up. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these? So if you want a CD,
we have a plethora. We have a plethora.
I was like, why are you hollering? Pull your mic up.
I can talk better like this, huh?
If you want something done right, you put money behind it. Correct. You know, you could ask your friends to sing backgrounds for you, but they're going to show up when they want to show up, and you can't really be mad at it. You know, to me, paying someone is putting value on their time and their gift.
Correct.
And I started thinking too about how much my parents invested in this.
Shout out to Mr. and Miss Hitte.
They are phenomenal. My parents have always been in my corner, both of ours, with all the stuff that we've been doing, even to this day. We wanted this release concert to be like, hey, this is where we're putting things out. This is what you can expect from us. And I do believe that kind of set the tone for a lot of things afterwards, for projects that we did and collaborations and things like that.
So we had a lot of different puzzle pieces in planning this. You know, this was the first time that Jessica had done certain things on the stage. My first time working with certain people, coming in from, you know, not having a real relationship. How do you handle those things, the process? So we'll touch real quick on that. So first, let's start with you, Jess. What were some things you did prep? You had to make sure your hair was right, your makeup was right. What did you do as the artist? Because it's more than just your voice. It's also appearance.
Oh, it absolutely is.
It's also how you present yourself in front of people.
And even to this day, you know, I have to think about that stuff strategically. I love my sweatshirt. I love my sweatpants, my leggings, tennis shoes, all the stuff. I don't like dressing up unless I just feel like it, you know. But that night was not a sweatshirt and jeans kind of night. Correct. I needed to show myself a little bit. Had my short hair. Remember, it was cut real short.
I remember.
And I remember calling. I had a stylist for it. Jania Church cut my hair for me. I love her. You know, I had all my stuff done, makeup done right, all the things. Like Maya Robinson even did my makeup that night.
She sang too.
She did. Still comfortable and still looking like me. You know, nothing overly fancy. I think I still wore pants. I don't do dresses very often, but I think it still has a pants and also a jacket or whatever. But my makeup was done, my earrings, my jewelry, all the stuff. So that was already one thing, and it makes you perform differently.
Hey, you know? I'm a believer in when you look good, and you feel like you look good, you perform better. It's
Absolutely.
just a thing. So it's okay to bless yourself every now and then. Buy your outfit. There's an event, hopefully, that we get to do coming up. And if we say yes and get the green light, I'm letting you know now, I'm finna be.
Oh, wow. And we gonna move on before y'all see too much of this. I've had to have people push me in the area a lot, but as an artist, you have to understand it's not just people want to hear you, they're gonna see you all the time too. Also leading up to it was rehearsing the songs in a way that wasn't like the album. You know, yes, I wanted people to hear the album and buy the album and all the things, but you know, when you go to a concert, how you've heard a song over and over again, when you go watch the live video, I don't want to hear the same thing that I heard on the album. I want to hear something different. And I'm different live than I am in the studio. I think a lot of that concert had to do with who we had be a part of it. It was a lot of people we already knew I was comfortable with, people that we believed in too. I didn't expect the whole world to show up, but I knew the people that really cared about what we were trying to do and believed in us would be there. But for you,
Yeah.
as far as gearing up for the actual concert, you know, people think when they think of production studios, they think of music and albums and all that stuff. In my mind, because now I think of like Adam Blackstone, because I care about him because of stuff that you shared, you know, putting on a show, actually building a show, building a whatever. It's way different than just here's the list of songs, show up, let's do it.
I'm trying not to say about what I would do now, but back then, you know, we had the lights set and it was like, that's what the lights was.
You can say that.
Huh?
You can say what you would do now. Because
Well,
I'm thinking of Riding Rounds Live.
If we were to go back and do it over again with the knowledge now, Jessica was the only artist that came up. I think Josh Lynch he came up and featured on like one song or two songs, something like that. So there's no real big moving like artist pieces. So it would have been easier as far as lights go, but you can change colors for certain moods of songs. I would have probably set those things up, went through those video and lyric on the screen. We would have, so you have to have audio. You have to have a video person, the pro presenter, whatever it is, media. You have to have a lighting person. You have to have camera crew if you have cameras there, photographers, people that are moving in the room that you don't see unless they come right by you or they're in your face with a camera. Those things you have to coordinate. You have to give instruction and a play-by-play list of what we want when, and you have to run it and rehearse it. So Jessica knew the group that sang background vocals, which their name is
Fearless Pursuit.
Fearless Pursuit.
I'd met them through Vine, if you remember.
Oh, the Vine day, 6-second video.
6 seconds. I'd met her and Jasmine Foreman, who we also know now, Jasmine Smith, and then a couple of Calvin Lockett.
That's right. I'm not a homie.
Emmanuel, Shayna, you know.
And we knew that our money would be better if we were to send the songs to this group and they just show up already prepared because they were already together. Then we schedule players. I'm blessed to be able to have phenomenally gifted, talented friends and family that can play instruments, not just one instrument, but multiple instruments. So, you know, I don't always recommend hiring your friends because it gets to be real buddy. My friends just happen to be professionals and they understand what it takes to pull something off. Yeah. So our band, we pulled them together. So we have to rehearse. So we send out all the reference tracks. We send out everything to everybody and we're getting ready to come. And so the week of, we had 2 days to prep.
I think so.
For the live the concert.
At Dwelling Place Church International in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Yep.
Trent Williams opened up.
Yeah. Trent.
Good old Trent. He had some killer singers. The backgrounds were great.
Oh, that's right.
Kaylee and Erica.
Yep, they sang.
Tunnel. Kaylee and Erica sang. And then also
Jade
Giordano. Some people are like, oh, I need to get this really big feature to come so that I'll draw the attention of people.
Right.
Those people aren't coming to see you. They're coming to see the feature that you found.
Right.
So the thing is for us is like, who do we know that like when people show up to hear our music, who else would we want them to hear?
Right.
You know, and it was the people that we knew and believed in because they're just super talented. LeBron was very much in charge of this because I had no idea what I was doing. So I remember thinking, oh, I'm about to sit out in front and hear all these people sing. I'm excited to hear their songs. He was like, hey, Jessica, you're in this green room until your cue music comes on and then you walk out. And I'm like, I'm going to stand off to the side and kind of hear them. No. You're going to stay here until your music happens and then you come out. And I'm like, but I'm going to miss the whole show. And he's like, that's, you know.
I said, you are the show.
Yeah. He said, these are the features. This is what everybody's out here to see while you're getting ready, warm up, do all this stuff. This past year when we did Riding Rounds Live, which is one of our biggest things probably that we've done yet, just looking at the difference from like now, what I understand now about production and actual show and putting things together, even looking at the details that I did myself without LeBron, I was like, when did I pick this up? When did I learn that this needs to happen? So I think that's why I love the title of this show being The Journey, was because we've picked up so many things that we may not have even paid attention to along the way. So LeBron talked about sending files to the background vocalists, so that they could have this stuff ahead of time instead of showing up and being like, hey, let's go through the songs.
Oh, that would have been a train wreck.
So this was Fearless Pursuit, rehearsing their music.
This is a good angle.
Yeah, but you gonna be in this?
Well, I don't know how to do it without.
Just leave it there. It's good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. We're trying to be producers over here.
We trying. And this will get better and better as we go along.
Yes, it will. If you want to invest in our Journey episodes, you can send the money
our
right
Cash
here.
App is down below.
Just send all your funds.
As you're working through stuff, you're in the nitty gritty, all the details. It's really encouraging to hear something going really well. So Fearless Pursuit sent us this video of them rehearsing, and I just got hype all over again.
Brought so much encouragement.
I was just like, this thing's about, even if I sing nothing and just stand there and watch them on stage, this thing's about to be great.
They sing.
1, 2. I am so glad my God is faithful. His mercy's never ending and his love is always. Ooh, I am so glad my God is faithful. His word is ever true and promises never change. He is faithful.
Boy, they look so young. Everybody in that video looks so young.
We was young.
We were. Here's the thing that I regret, that we didn't think about was content. We didn't think about content. We didn't think about, I was like, oh, I got to pay somebody to follow things around with a camera. I got to pay somebody to take pictures. And at the time, it always seems like a hassle because it's another thing on the budget. But looking back now, I'm like, man, I wish we had all the behind the scenes stuff. I wish we'd had the green room with everybody in there, us praying before walking out, even the rehearsal, things, the mess ups, all the stuff. Now we've learned our lesson, and from the Bron cam to just randomly setting up a
Bron
camera.
cam is the best cam. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Anyway, the edits are nice on that though.
Anyway,
so we've learned our lesson now. Even if we don't have somebody, hey, pull your phone out. Some of these phones have some great. We're doing it on phones now. Hello. So just grabbing content, because the only other video I could find was the one of LeBron producing down there during rehearsal. No, you can see him down front at the front of the stage.
I was running sound too.
Oh, you were? Mm-hmm. That's right. Because we did everything.
Listen, so if I could say anything to anybody who's wanting to learn as much as you can. I'm saying you got to be an expert, but have at least a working knowledge of little things, so at least you can get up and running until the real people show up. Yeah. So I was running sound. I can do a little bit. I can dabble a little bit.
That'll preach too, because some of y'all that are doing all those little tiny jobs, the annoying things that you have to do all the time, the long way around stuff. The long way is how you learn all the lessons and you perfect things. Yeah. People that we say, like someone told me, beware of the blow up. That's what they told me. People that blow up overnight and all this stuff, they've missed the whole journey where they don't have a foundation now. So that foundation that he has now of doing all that has opened up doors for him to be able to do things that he doesn't have to outsource. He can do it himself.
You're going to see me down front with I'm probably doing more grooving than I am. Oh, that scared me.
Sorry.
Here we go. Take a look.
All right.
We got so many stories. I can't wait. We're trying to take our time, telling you these stories and these things that we've learned along our journey. But there's some things I can't wait till we get to. But y'all got to stay patient with us. We put up pretty much almost every song from the first record we did, You Never Give Up. It is up on SoundCloud. You can take a look. 10 songs?
10 tracks.
That you can find on there. So take a look. Tell us what your favorites are. Let us know what you like. Let us know if you want to see. If we should have any special guests, let us know what you want to see, who you want to see, what stories you want to tell. And if you have any questions, questions specifically, send them in, leave a comment on the videos, let us know what you want to know, what you want to learn, and we can kind of share from our experience do's and don'ts.
I love it.
We have a lot of don'ts. We can say avoid this.
A long list.
From LeBron Arnwine
And Jessica Hitte.
We'll see you next time on The Journey.
Standing though. Camera. I fallen and I'm falling and you didn't do